One, two, one, one. Yeah, there's no sound. So something, something got hooked up or something. Hold on, test one, one, two. One, two. Yeah, cool. You are. One, two. Because so, well, and Harris said there wasn't, so I guess the right time. Test one, two. We're from Bulldog fans from Coweta, Oklahoma, where it is the season opener. Coweta Tigers versus the Wagner Bulldogs. You are looking live here at Coweta Tiger Stadium, right there on midfield. And the Coweta Tigers will kick off to start the season opener. We appreciate everyone that's ongoing so far. Hopefully everything is clear and everything is clear both video and audio. Jeremy Holmes will be bringing you play-by-play action, and right next to me is none other than the leg, Ethan Ewan. Leg is here to co-host. Ethan, say hello to all the folks at home. Back deep to receive for the Bulldogs. Number 11, that's Ryan Atkins. Number 9, Deshaun Jordan. And number 3 is Mikey Ariola. They are standing at about their 8-yard line. We are set as soon as the referees are ready. Okay. Go back. Here is the kickoff. It is going to be right at the goal line, carries them into the end zone. And in high school football, Ethan, and as well you should know, since you were the kicker, that is an automatic touchdown. No, you don't. So the Bulldogs will have a ball at their own 20-yard line to start this game and to start this season. Again, I'm Jeremy Holmes. You're watching Friday Night Bulldogs. We hope everything is good for you at home. And we are set to go. Number 1, Keyshawn Johnson. Here's a pitch out to Atkins, trying to get to the outside. Breaks the tackle, down, across the 25, and finally shoved out of bounds. Looks like we get beyond the 30. Ethan definitely in the enemy territory as he was shoved into the sideline. Number 1 is Keyshawn Johnson. He is a junior quarterback. Here's number 20. Tiger stuck him up the line of scrimmage. Number 20 is Stevie Brown for a loss of about two. It'll be second and 12 as the Bulldogs go to a quick count. Oh, number 12 just looking up field a little. No, 13, sorry. Number 13, Elijah Love. Looking a little bit up field a little early before he caught the ball. Bulldogs have gone to a quick count again on third down, third and 12. In completion, Johnson from the shotgun. Went for the hard count, and looks like they got him. Yep, they did. Offsides, Kawita. They'll give Bulldogs 5 more yards on a third and 12. Now it'll be a third and 7. Uh, yeah, you never want to turn down those 3 yards off. So now we have a third and 7 from the 33. The Bulldogs look to the sideline for the incoming play. Sideline looks a little bit different, Ethan, from when you're on the team. Here's a handoff to Stevie Brown looking for first down yardage, and with that extra effort, he is able to get across the 40 to the 41. Stevie Brown did not play last year, decided to come back this year, and they are really excited about number 20. He is a senior tailback for the Bulldogs. First and 10 on the 41. Johnson, Keyshawn Brown, that is. Here's number 11. Comes underneath, picks up a couple of blocks, and he will get midfield. You might hear me call Keyshawn Johnson a lot. That's what I always called him when he was a middle schooler. It's actually Keyshawn Brown. Sorry about that, Keyshawn. Being used to it in years at the middle school. Keyshawn Brown, quarterback tonight for the Bulldogs. Him on a second and 1. Here's Stevie Brown again, straight up the middle, with a little bit of help from his lineman. Number 65, Savory James, making sure he got the first down, a little extra pull there at the end. Right now, Ethan, the Bulldogs not to be stopped as they're in the lead territory. Bulldogs get the play from the sideline. We'll come back to the sideline here in a second. First and 10 play, that's Elijah Love in motion. They'll go to Love out flat. He tries to pick his way through and does well. And with a little extra effort, looks like right there at the line, and then he was able to push forward for a gain of 2, 6 and 8 for the Bulldogs. Fumble forward. Okay. Okay. Did not catch him. Here's up play for Jonas Smith for the Bulldogs. Deepest possession. 2nd and 8 for Wagner. Johnson. This time Stevie Brown trying to get to the outside, and the Tiger pursuit is there. Number 8 for the Tigers. Nathan Gross. He will tackle Brown for a loss of 2 back to midfield. Now we're looking at third and long. That sidelines talking about how different it looks. Head coach Times Gilbert in his first year at Wagner, after the now Hall of Fame coach Dale Condit has moved on. Here's Keyshawn Brown. Got a man on the sidelines, can't haul it in. Ryan, the intended receiver, would have been well short of first down. I mean. So the Bulldogs moved it ahead into Swedish territory, started at the 20, and now we're going to punt on a 4th and 12 from midfield as the Swedish defense picks it up. Lines of love, line drive, but it is effective with a really nice roll. Looked a little ugly there at the beginning. I don't know if that was a design short snap and then hit that, but unorthodox there. But in any event, very effective. Toledo will have the ball first and 10 on their own 18-yard line as we get the first look at the Bulldog defense. Toledo from the shotgun. They'll hand off to number 2, and he'll pick up good yardage to the 25-yard line. Pick up about 7. About a little more than 3. We'll call it second and the wrong 3. And it looks like both teams are willing to speed up the tempo here, and we're going to have an offside call against the Bulldogs. So now traded offside calls on both ends of the ball. And that will give Coweta first and 10 from their own 30. Still making adjustments here on the debut of the Wagner High School media classes. They are going to take over Friday Night Bulldogs and still making adjustments. And so if you'll be patient at home, we'll still bring it to you. Here's the first and 10 for the Tigers on the 30. Quarterback from the shotgun. A little jet sweep, gets to the outside, and then tucks it back in. For about a 6-yard gain. Number 8 is on the tackle, Mark Young. And now, Ethan, the Tigers are moving at will. A little bit of help for the 5-yard penalty as well. Quarterback keeper this time, number 6, goes straight up the middle, and he will get first down yardage. Number 6 is Legend Ellis. I have a feeling if it's the Ellis that I'm thinking of, that is the, the son of Gabe, who coach here. Went to Wagner for a little bit. Got a little bit of Wagner ties to him. First and 10 from the 42. Ellis on the jet sweep to his tailback 21. Flag comes in. Somebody started early. Didn't either, but those they call them pre-snap penalties. What happens before the ball is even snapped? And they can go either way, as we've seen. Trying to call them illegal procedures. And, sometimes they are trying to kill it. So the ball will be placed back at the 37 yard line. It will be first and 15 for the Tigers. Ellis from the shotgun. He'll throw out to the flat. Got a man, number 21. He is stuck hard by number 6 for the Bulldogs, Zion Corey. But even with the hard tackle, is still able. Yep, gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So the Tigers will be looking at a second and 10 on their own 42. With the lead option, keeps it himself. He'll get across the 45 to about the 48. Ethan, walk the fans home, or walk the fans through at home about the read options. What exactly that means. So here's the tailback number 2 into Bulldog territory as he's running hard. finally dragged down by the Bulldog secretary. That is Brock Hellman with first and 10 from the 30. Ellis in the shotgun, three wide receiver. This time it's inside. No, he keeps it himself. And pitches it at the last second. Number 16 down the sidelines. And what a play by Ellis as almost it almost looks to be a forward lateral, but refs saw it otherwise. So number 16 able to take it down the field just outside the Bulldog red zone. Okay. So number 16, Cooper On, was the one still keeping his eye on his quarterback. And nice play by Ellis as he was going down to the turf. First and 10 from the 21. And now we've got another penalty. Right, Wagner is going to take a timeout. Talk about it after that. What seemed like a busted play, but then went for about 20 yards. So we're going to take this timeout to kind of catch our breath here because that's quite a bit of action there to start off with. Even. With 48 left to play in this first quarter, it's going to be the Tigers with a first and 10 on the Bulldog 21. Handoff over the right side, and looks like Love and company able to make the tackle.
I've got another camera that I can hook a microphone directly into. I just don't know if they're hooking the camera into the computer would allow that microphone.
Yeah, you got to play this first quarter. It's going to be the Tigers first and 10 on the Bulldog.
I don't know what just happened, but
21. Handoff over the right side, it looks like Love and company.
looks like the Tigers going to have a first and goal inside the Bulldog 10. 3:50 left in this first quarter. And there is number 2. He will be in for the score. Touchdown Tigers. Number 2 with a hole that could have run through Ethan. Brock Hellman in for the score from 9 yards. And like you said, Ethan, that last 2 yards, it was just him bulldozing his way through. Okay, so I would assume that would probably be a holding. Okay, so scratch that last touchdown. And it looks like we're first and goal from the 20 now after the 10-yard penalty. Looks like that was number 2, Hellman again. And he's actually going to lose again. Second, 22nd goal from 21 is Ellis. Looking deep and overthrows his man. Incomplete. Makes it 3rd and goal from the 21.
Oh, did you turn it off?
So it's a 3rd and goal from the 21 as Ellis looks to his coaches for the play call.
Yeah, 5 wide, nobody else in the backfield with him.
Looking to his left, looking, now throws it into the end zone.
Overthrown.
Ethan, he had him there. That was a deep out and then up route, and the
receiver had some separation.
Yes, he definitely did.
They just did not make the connection.
So it's a 3rd.
They're sending out the field goal unit right now.
Ellis looks to his coaches for the play call. 5 wide, nobody else.
So it looks like the Tigers are going to try a
Now throws it into the end zone.
37-yard
Ethan, he had him there.
37-yard field goal on a 4th and goal. Good snap, kick is up, and it is good.
Tigers take the lead 3-0 with the field goal. Landon Stevens with the kick.
Looks like the Tigers are going to try and now throws it into the end zone. 37-yard. Ethan, he had him there. 37-yard field goal on a 4th and goal. Good snap, kick is up, and it is good.
So Landon Stevens with a 37-yard field goal, and by high school means that is a really nice field goal.
Looks like the Tigers are going to try and now throws it into the end zone. 37.
All right, so
Stevens set to kick off. Touchback the last one. We'll see what they have now.
and that will go into the end zone for a second touchback.
Bulldogs will take the field on their own 20-yard line to start off their second drive of the game.
I'll tell you, this Landon Stevens has shown that he has the leg for sure, as he's gotten back-to-back touchbacks, and he just put through a 37-yard field goal. And Ethan, as a kicker for the Bulldogs, you know that that is significant.
That is not a short kick for a high school player.
So apparently our sound has been fixed just by somewhat of a fluke of myself, but we are back, and it's the Bulldog ball on their second possession. And I believe that is Stevie Brown. Yes, it is. Number 20, Stevie Brown on the carry.
Pickup of about 2 yards.
To the 22. As quick as that was, we're just under 3 minutes of the first half, and this is only the first quarter. This is only the second possession for the Bulldogs. Keyshawn Brown looks to the sidelines. He's got 4 wide receivers, Stevie Brown in the back. And a little confusion between receiver and quarterback. Clock running down, now they snap. Brown looking way downfield. And we're gonna have a pass interference call here. And the Coweta Tiger player is unaware of that because he was really celebrating. Number 6, the intended receiver. Unless they make
Well, I think it could be on us.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe that's why he was celebrating so much. Zion Corey, the intended receiver, and they're talking to Coweta as if it is against them. And
it is against us.
Yep. Offensive pass interference, that's what it was. The Tiger had the inside position, definitely, and I think Zion Corey became a little bit of a defensive back there.
Got a little too physical while the ball was in the air.
Maybe kept from having a interception, so heads up play by Corey, even though it cost the penalty. So now we're at about a 2nd and 20 from the 11. Here's Stevie Brown.
Off.
Brown breaking tackles.
Pushed up about 4 or 5 yards, it looks like.
So we are 3rd and it looks like 14, Ethan, and you'd think we're definitely going to have to go to the air here to try to get that first down. As John Brown is in the shotgun, waiting for the call. Brown looking to his left, got the man underneath.
Screen.
That's number 9. Oh, it's
tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Deshaun Jordan was the receiver, and Ethan, the Coweta defense, just snuffed that out real quick.
They just got right through all the blocks he had running in front of him. Sending out the punt formation now with Elijah Love out.
4th and 15, and you may hear a little bit of noise in the background, especially the public address announcer here at Coweta, and he is by no means unbiased. So, but the Bulldogs looking to punt, and I believe that is Elijah Love standing right at about his goal line.
Yes, they went yet about 14, 15 yards, and that's right where he's at.
All right. So he's standing right at his 1, and I guess that is designed. Nice end over end punt, fielded right at the 48.
And that's where he's taken down at.
Looks like number 21 almost with a huge hit, Caden Holiday. He was able to step aside from that.
And then Carson Klinger came in and finished it up.
Yeah. So the Tigers will have great field possession for only their 2nd possession of this quarter. They're going to set up at the Bulldog 48. .54 seconds left in this first quarter as Ellis sets up his offense again from the shotgun. We apologize.
Coweta is taking a timeout.
Okay. Are they? Yeah. Coweta's taking its first timeout with 54 seconds left. I guess they didn't like the lineup that they had. So we appreciate your patience at home, and it looks like we've kind of worked out the bugs here. Apologize for not keeping up with our chat room, but we've been making some adjustments and trying to keep up with the action, obviously. But you are watching Friday Night Bulldogs live from Coweta, Oklahoma. I'm Jeremy Holmes alongside Ethan Muhlenweg. It's actually Muhlenweg, but at halftime we'll probably recount that story. And I know, Ethan, you can't wait to tell us all about that.
No, I cannot.
So we are back to the action. 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 48. Ellis and his offense for Coweta. Man in motion. Ellis looking to the backside. Catch is made. A nice
About
catch.
A few yards past the line of scrimmage, looking at about a 2nd and 8 coming up for the Tigers.
That was a nice grab, and Carson Klinger, I believe, was on the tackle for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 8 after a 2-yard gain. Ellis dropping way back, looking to his right, now throws downfield, got a man, makes the grab, and that is a touchdown for the Tigers. Number 14, Noah Finley, and you have to think, Ethan, that was some blown coverage because he was wide open.
Yeah, 2 of our defensive backs looking at him from about 7 yards away.
So the Tigers have struck again in the waning seconds
of the first quarter. Tigers looking to make it 10-0 with the extra point.
Oh, trouble with the snap. Ellis trying to make the best of it, and he is tackled for a loss.
We're going to stay at 9-0. Tigers have the lead with 13 seconds left in the first quarter.
Big time, what was that, about a 48-yard touchdown throw from Ellis to number 14, Noah Finley, for the first touchdown of the ball game. I might have said that was the second touchdown, but the first possession was field goal. So that extra point failed, so the score remains Coweta Tigers 9, Wagner Bulldogs 0. 13 seconds left in this first quarter. Number 28 will tee up the ball for the Tigers again. 28 is Landon Stevens. His last 2 have been touchbacks.
Looking to make it 3 for 3.
Let's see what happens. And I think it's going to make it.
And it will. It does. That might be his best one of the night.
Yeah.
Caught that at the back of the letters.
Landon Stevens with the trifecta. And let's see what they've got him listed at. He is a senior, 6'1", 165, so hopefully his understudy is taking a lot of notes. Speaking of understudies, Ethan, we haven't seen him yet. We hope to, as far as Bulldog fans are concerned. Your understudy, and none other than Rhett Butler.
Yes, I saw him out there earlier, so hopefully soon he'll get to make an appearance. Hopefully for a point after attempt. It looks like we got about 2 yards on that play, but a flag has been thrown.
Yeah, late flag comes in, and the way the student section reacted, it might be going against Coweta. The Wagner student section we're in the press box on the home side, so you probably are looking right at the down marker and student section, and it is against the Tigers. 5-yard penalty. It must have been maybe an inadvertent face mask, because they got the run yardage plus the penalty yardage of 5 yards. That's usually an inadvertent face mask. I didn't see the call, but now we gave those 5 yards back.
Yep, gave it right back with a false start.
We talked about those pre-snap penalties, Ethan, and so far we've had about 4.
It's hard to build momentum when you keep shooting yourself in the foot with things like that.
So we're going to go from a 1st and 2 to a 1st and 7. We don't get to say that very often, 1st and 7, but I believe that's what it's going to be. Now we're going to have a conference here. Are we at the end of the zeros show on the game clock? So we may be looking at the end of the first quarter here. And we're still talking about it. Here comes the head referee, wants to get in on the action.
Oh, they're waving it off.
Okay, so That's interesting. So let's take back all those things we just said about pre-snap penalties, as they've waved it off.
I think the
clock
time on the
zero.
clock had already
Okay.
ran down when they moved.
Yeah, good call. That might be what it was. Before we moved, the clock struck 0, and so we are at the end of the first quarter with the score: the Coweta Tigers 9, the Wagner Bulldogs 0. You're watching Friday Night Bulldogs live from Coweta, Oklahoma, and we'll be back with you in just a second. And we are back to the action of 1st and 2. Don't say that very often either for the Bulldogs. That's number 20, Stevie Brown, able to break some tackles. Now bounces to the outside. There comes in a flag.
He made it across the first down marker, but it may be taken back.
Might be a holding call out here where they've thrown it. No, we've got an illegal procedure. Maybe where the flag was actually thrown, it may have been we weren't up on the line of scrimmage. Usually illegal procedures come from the middle. So I guess we're going to go back to that 1st and 7 we talked about originally. And we're waiting on the there we go. All right. I guess they wanted to just make sure they had it right before they whistled the play clock to go in. So again, we're back to 1st and 7 at the Bulldog 23-yard line, looking to get something going on their 3rd possession of the game. We have just started the 2nd quarter, 11:51 on the clock. Keyshawn Brown from the shotgun. Here's Stevie Brown over the left side. And
Looks like we have made it a couple yards further.
Brown able to back his way across the 30 or across the 25. Looked like they had him stacked up pretty well, but Brown showing his leg strength, pushing the pile forward. We're going to place it just inside the Bulldog 24-yard line. We're going to call it 2nd and 4 for Wagner. Love and Atkins at the bottom of your screen. Here's Stevie Brown straight up the middle. Tries to bounce it to the outside. And Brown running hard.
And he will get the first down, it looks like.
Ethan, he was hit immediately at the line of scrimmage, but was able to bounce off.
He was able to find his balance after taking a hit like that and making the heads-up play of making it to the outside to get some yards for us.
Needed 4, picked up 5. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. We're going to call it at the Tiger 31-yard line. Atkins in the flat, and Coweta does a pretty good job of sniffing that out. Although Atkins, with that 6'2" frame, able to extend it for about a 2-yard gain. We don't have the weight, or we don't have the heights on here, Ethan, but he's at least 6'1", if I remember.
Yeah, he's pretty tall.
Yeah. Of course, anything's tall for us. By the way, that picture that I posted on Facebook, you're really not that much taller than I am, but it sure does look like it. Here's Stevie Brown.
I think the picture's pretty accurate.
But Ethan Muhlenweg making his broadcasting debut. We appreciate the work that Cameron Suarez and the Wagner High School media team has put in to secure us a place here in the press box, get all the equipment set up, and still learning some of the process, but sounds like everything is good at home. Here's a 3rd and 3. Stevie Brown hit in the backfield, and I don't know who that is, Ethan, but it seems like that interior of the line is getting into the backfield very quickly.
Number 11, Hudson Arnold. Another one of Coweta's quarterbacks, actually, also playing defensive end.
As Brown has been hit in the backfield several times, he's been able to get away from most of it, but not that time. He's actually going to lose about 4 back to the 35-yard line. 4th and 5 for the Bulldogs. And we will try to get caught up in our chat room just as soon as there's a break in the action, maybe at this change of possession, as we appreciate all our Bulldog fans watching from here home. Here's Elijah Love, and that time it goes off the side of his foot into the stands over in Wagner.
And it looks like they're going to call it at the 44 of Coweta.
So Ethan, we talked about it on that first punt. I thought that it might look like it was a short snap and then a pitch back, and apparently that's how the Bulldogs are going to make the deep snap in 2025.
I can't say I've seen it before, but oftentimes you'll get something like that when the long snapper hasn't developed yet enough or isn't strong enough with the snaps yet to get it back to the full 14.
Which is a great point, Ethan, because so many people take the deep snap for granted. And
it is not easy.
No, it is not. Maybe this is near and dear to my heart because that's what I had to do in high school. And as a sophomore, and I'm snapping it back to big old senior Shannon Moore. Shannon, if you're listening, you probably remember that. And it was very frightening. Shannon actually was the deep snapper. He hurt his shoulder, so I had to step in as a sophomore. And besides the difficulty of making a deep snap 12 to 15 yards behind you through your legs, it's the nervousness of whether you're going to be able to get back there or not, especially if you got a senior punter. So we are set for the Tigers. There's a little bit of discussion. There's a penalty. It was declined. And
it looks like they're setting up at the Wagner 44, not the Coweta 44.
Okay. So that punt went out of bounds way before it looked like it did. So Tigers with great field possession again.
Looks like a gain of about 3.
Number 7 and number 13 for the tackle. Andrew Rathsack and Elijah Love for the Bulldogs. After a 2-yard gain, and the field position for the Tigers, besides that first possession, has been great, Ethan. 2nd and 8 for the Tigers. Legend Ellis from the shotgun. Here's number 2 running hard across the 35.
Maybe. Looks like the refs are going to put him right past the first. Yep, he's moving the chains.
Brock Hellman again for the Tigers running hard and gets to the Bulldog 34 for a 1st and 10. And right now, Ethan, the Bulldog defense is playing on their heels.
Yeah, they're not countering the run as well as we need them to.
7:40 and counting in this second quarter. 9-0 is the score. Here's Hellman again over the right side.
Flag in the air.
He spins forward across the 25, but I think it might be coming back as there is a flag on the play. Zebras are going to have a little talk about it. We got animals all over the field. Bulldogs, tigers, zebras. I'm sure there's some lions, tigers, and bears around here somewhere too. Illegal procedure against the Tigers, so that'll take that Hellman run of a good 10 yards from Hellman. Instead, there's a 5-yard penalty back to the 39. 1st and 15 for the Tigers. First and 14 for the Tigers from the 39. Here's the Tigers. Oh, this is Hellman again making up for that penalty.
And he took it past the 20. But there's another flag on the ground near the line of scrimmage.
This might be a holding call this time. If you're a Bulldog fan, you're sure hoping so. As Hellman got inside, that's exactly what it is. Bulldogs catch a break here as the big holding call after Hellman gets inside the Bulldog red zone. That was going to be about a 20-yard gain, now turns into a 10-yard penalty, and it's going to be first and forever now, Ethan.
Back to what we said about the pre-snap penalties.
We want to welcome everyone that is watching one more time. While we got a little break, we want to welcome the Wagner School Board members. They are actually in the city right now, and from what I understand, they're all gathered around the TV watching tonight. It's Brenda Barney, Tamara Belvin, Rail Thomas, Jessica Hardcastle, Richard Hickman, along with our Superintendent, Assistant Superintendent Randy Harris, and Dustin Fleming, all gathered around the TV in a hotel room in Oklahoma City as they are attending a school board conference right now. So welcome you guys, and hopefully everything's working well. And here's Ellis.
Quarterback draw.
Picking up a little bit of that penalty yardage back, as the official count looked like 1st and 25, and now with a 7-yard gain, we're going to call it 2nd and about 18 for the Tigers. Hellman, man in motion, he'll get it on the jet sweep. Cuts it back to the middle.
He got about 6 yards on that.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 3rd and 14 from the 38 for the Tigers. If you're a Bulldog fan, you're looking for a big defensive hold right now.
Sweep out left.
Hellman's going to make the corner. He's going to get inside the 30, but he'll be well short.
He picked up some yards, but he did not make it to the first down marker.
Boy, it sure looked like he was going to go a lot longer than that, but the Bulldog defense pursuit was able to string that out and gets Hellman to the sidelines. Going to come up about 4 yards short. It'll be 4th and 4 from the 28. We've seen Landon Stevens already with a 37-yard field goal.
This one would be about a 45 with the wind straight in his face.
Okay. So not going to see Stevens on this. Instead, we're going to see the Tigers go for it on a 4th down, and the Bulldogs will take a timeout. And by the body language of coach, he did not like the way the defense was lining up. 5:17 left in this first half. The score, Coweta 9, Wagner 0. And we'll take a little time to get caught up in our chat room. Dwayne Rife, appreciate you logging on. Remember getting acquainted with you last year, watching from Naples, Florida. And I'm sure we've got all over the country, as we usually do every week. No matter how many times we have technical difficulties or what, the Friday Night Bulldog Nation logs on in great numbers, and we always appreciate you guys doing that. Dalley's Rose, it is 9-0 Tigers right now. And so Bulldogs looking to hold on this 4th down as we are back to the action. 4th and 4 from the Bulldog 28. Nobody in the backfield for Ellis as he is in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers, 2 to the top and 2 to the bottom of your screen. 1 man in motion. Ellis, pressure put on, and he is tackled from behind.
Turnover on downs.
Number 7 for the Bulldogs is Andrew Rassak. Comes from the backside and able to tackle Ellis in the backfield. And Ethan, for the Bulldog fans, that's exactly what you wanted from your defense on a 4th and 4.
Yes, it is. Not as good field position as we've been giving Coweta, but still better than them getting a touchdown.
So we are 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from their own 29. Keyshawn Brown from the shotgun. He's got 4 wide receivers. Brown looking to pass. Looking deep downfield for number 9.
Just too far.
He had a step on him, Ethan. Number 9 is Deshaun Jordan. And if Brown puts a little bit more air under that, it's right on the money, and Jordan is probably dancing in the end zone as he had at least a step, maybe 2, on the defenders. Deborah Kaufman, we appreciate you logging on. And Ms. Kaufman, I am not going to reveal your age, but I'll come back to that comment here in a second. Keyshawn Brown puts his shoulder down, gets across the 30.
1 or 2 yards on that one.
To about the 31. They're going to give him. They're going to give him about 2 on that play. We'll spot it at the 31, 3rd and 8, as Miss Kaufman was an intern when I was coming through school. And apparently Ethan was your 1st grade teacher, is that correct?
Yes, she was.
All right.
So no, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I left her with as many pleasant memories as I have.
Keyshawn Brown looking to his left, throws it in the flat. That's Stevie Brown with a fingertip catch, makes a couple of moves.
He gets over the first down mark, but that's a flag on the field.
Back judge from way back throwing that flag. I'm glad nobody was in the area of that, or that might have knocked him down. It came flying in, and we're going to either have some kind of block in the back, or maybe even a late hit. Looks like it may be going against Wagner, as they are still in a conference there. Yes, that will be going against Wagner. Okay, late holding call, I guess, is the call, and that will nullify that first down play. Instead, we're going to be going 3rd and a lot longer than it was. So the ball will be placed at the 26-yard line. 3rd and 13 now for the Bulldogs.
Need a big conversion.
Keeping this drive alive would do a lot to the Bulldogs' confidence, as they haven't gotten much going since the first few plays of the game. 3rd and 13. Here's Brown. Brown looking way downfield. That's Elijah Love. Love makes the catch. Elijah Love, how he was able to haul that in.
25.
Oh man. The Tiger defender was right there. I think it hit his helmet, and he was able to juggle it in. We'd have to go back and look at that again.
Incredible focus by Elijah.
Oh, absolutely. The Bulldogs back up to the line of scrimmage quickly. They've got 5 wide receivers now, as Brown is in the shotgun, as the Bulldogs are within striking distance.
And they're going to try and build off of this momentum and put it in the end zone.
Ethan, what kind of time we got on the scoreboard?
3:42 left.
All right.
In the second quarter.
Second quarter, 3:42 left. Here's Brown, quick out to number 9. That's Jordan, and the Tiger defense was very quick to shut that down. Number 9, Deshaun Jordan, a new face for the Bulldogs this year. They're actually going to lose one on a good defensive play by the Tigers. That'll go back to the 27-yard line. 2nd and 11 now for the Bulldogs. Brown from the shotgun.
They tried to get the Tigers to jump. Now they're looking for the call.
Brown, Stevie Brown this time.
It looks like we'll get a couple of yards.
And Stevie has not gotten a whole lot of daylight, but it hasn't really mattered as he still has pushed forward for positive yardage on most of his carries. Looks like he's going to pick up about 2 on that play, even though it looked shut down from the beginning. 3rd and 9, just outside the Tiger 26-yard line. Brown looked backside to his brother Brown. Oh, he makes a couple of tackles, miss, and Stevie Brown near the 20-yard line. Again, it seems like every time they have him bottled up and he just is able to slide past each other. Brown to Brown on that last connection. And yes, Stevie and Keyshawn, if I remember correctly, are brothers. Here's Keyshawn Brown looking in the end zone. Oh, can't bring in.
Flag is out. I'm not sure who it's on, but
we might have defensive holding here on the Tigers. We'll see what happens. Deshaun Jordan was the intended receiver. And, we're going to have double motion on Wagner. Wow, this seems to be a really late call. I mean, either way, it's still double motion, but just the timing of it was a little strange. And that was the 4th down play. Obviously, with the incomplete pass, the penalty will be declined. So the Tigers defense with a bend but not break attitude. And Ethan, that would have been really nice if the Bulldogs could have punched that in and potentially made it a 1-score game.
especially building some momentum going into the second half.
Absolutely.
Going into the locker room with something positive to build upon.
So the Tigers will take over on downs, 1st and 10 from their own 23. And now, Ethan, you got to switch mindsets now because a minute 38, Tigers at least have 2 timeouts left. And you got to switch gears and think defense now of holding them and maybe just going in with a 9-0 deficit.
Yes, you want to make sure they're not taking it out of bounds, stopping the clock.
Ellis from the shotgun. Here's a little reverse. Ellis with the trying to go a block, and the Tigers slipped down a little bit as Ellis was looking to throw a block to Springing, but he slips down. Bulldogs there to make sure. Still was able to pick up about 4 yards. 2nd and 6. Here's Hellman. Hellman running hard.
He made it out of bounds. The clock will stop. 1:09 left in this quarter.
And with the 1st down, the Tigers move the chains. Ball will be spotted at the 40-yard line. 1st and 10. 1:09 left in this first half. Ellis hands off to Hellman. Hellman breaks a tackle. Almost loses the ball.
49.
And the Bulldogs maybe going to have to take that last time out to kind of get their bearings about him because the Tigers are moving and moving quickly.
It looks like they took it.
And that's exactly what happened. I forgot to tell the fans at home I do have a headset on and able to communicate with the coaches down on the sidelines. So, I'm just kidding, people. So, all right. Bernie Clegg with Isaac Smith in East Lansing. And if you are not sure where East Lansing, if you haven't been keeping up with Isaac Smith, he is now has transferred, I believe, to Michigan State. So, Bernie, appreciate you logging on. Tell us that you're watching with Isaac. Isaac, an alumni of the Bulldogs, part of those state championship teams, and now as I believe, a Spartan at Michigan State. So, Mr. Isaac Big Time Smith, appreciate you logging on. So we have a 2nd and 3 from the Tiger 47, 52 seconds after that Bulldog timeout. Let's see if they made some adjustments here. Ellis from the shotgun. Ellis going to throw this time. Looking left, looking deep, and that is well overthrown.
It looks like there will be an offensive passing interference.
Well, the Tigers faithful think it's going to be on Wagner. That ball was well overthrown and out of bounds, but the flag still comes in, and we'll see what the call is. Tigers believe it's going to go their way. Conference down at about the 40-yard line. And pass interference against the defense. And that's going to be a 15-yard penalty against the Bulldogs. And you may be wondering at home, an uncatchable ball. I do not believe that that's a call.
I'm pretty sure I saw it hit a cheerleader on the sideline.
But in high school ball, that does not make a difference. The interference was called, so the Tigers have it 1st and 10 on the Bulldog 38-yard line, 46 seconds left now. Here's a handoff to Hellman, and this time it's number 10, Carson Klinger, meeting him at about the line of scrimmage, along with number 54, that's Anthony Harris for the Bulldogs.
Looks like the Tigers will use their 2nd timeout to stop the clock in about 40 seconds.
That leaves 1 timeout for the Tigers. The Bulldogs have spent all of their timeouts. 40 seconds left in this first half. We know that the kicker for the Tigers, he's got a leg. That was number 28, Landon Stevens. He's already made a 37-yarder. So Ethan, walk us down to where you think his field goal range, where they think the Tigers may need to set up at.
I think going into the win like this, and after watching his first field goal, they're not going to want to go for anything further than that by any means.
Okay. So if you take your shoes off, take your gloves off, and count all the fingers and toes, the Tigers are probably going to have to get to about the 20-yard line.
That'll put them right at about a 37.
Yep. And that'll be kicking into the wind, so they might want to get even further inside the 20.
Looking at the flag, you can see all the stars and stripes. So the wind is blowing out here tonight.
So it is 2nd and 9 from the Bulldog 37-yard line. Again, they need about 17 yards to get in within field goal range. Here's Ellis. He's going to hand off to Helm. You gotta believe that that's going to be holding against the Tigers. You're just hoping that it's not, that second flag doesn't mean an offsetting penalty. Well, they're talking to the Tigers as though it may be against the Bulldogs. Side judge. Here's the head referee. Block in the back is the call. So they decline that, and they'll take the 10-yard holding penalty from the line of scrimmage. So obviously that was more yardage back. So now we are for the Tigers. Penalties are always kill you, Ethan, but that one might have hurt extra special for the Tigers.
Yeah, 31.
And he gets inside. Yeah.
A flag out on the field.
Cooper McNack.
Late flag, but they've been throwing late flags, so.
Mundane play. He makes the catch really at the line of scrimmage, but was able to make 2 or 3 great moves, and all of a sudden he's inside the 30s. Are definitely taking their time to get this call right. And here comes the official call from the referee. Holding, Tigers are going the other way. Oh, okay. So now I missed that. Thank you. We have a problem. It's not dead ball. So it looks like we backed up 10 yards for the holding call, but after all of that,
22 seconds, 43 yards.
After all of that and the Cooper McNack run, that was for the Tigers. If you guys were able to keep up with that at home, you did better than I did, all right? And while we've been talking about all of that, we're 22 seconds left, and we're still talking about what went on. Of course, if you're a Wagner fan, you're still talking about that personal, or the, not the personal, well, the personal foul. All right, we are waiting for play to resume as the ball rests at the 43-yard line.
Okay.
Here's the tailback, number 9. Oh, and now we got another flag. Number 9 was James Hale. And looked like he was still in the field of play, but I believe the referees saw otherwise. Tagged on to this last run by James Hale. So, Tigers going the wrong way. They are headed the other way in a really quick fashion.
14 seconds and 18 yards.
First and 10, 14 seconds left. And here's Legend Ellis. Looks like a screenplay. Got the man, that's Hellman. Hellman is going to Hellman as there are 7 seconds left on the clock. And what a string of events in this past minute. Max play call by the Tigers on that screen to Hellman. Ellis to Hellman from about 18 yards away. It looks at 15-0 with 7 seconds left, and we await the decision on the extra. All right,
it looks like the Tigers will be going for a 2-point conversion.
Yep. 2-point conversion call. Ellis lines up with his offense for the 2-point conversion. Here's Ellis looking back the other way, and his receiver was not looking.
Not get the conversion.
The communication on the conversion clashed. How about that for some alliteration? Miss Johnson, I should be proud. So that 2-point conversion fails, so the score remains Coweta Tigers 15, the Wagner Bulldogs 0. 7 seconds left, and we're probably looking at a little bit of a squib kick and a kneel down to end this first half. And Ethan, to be honest, only being down 2 scores,
Gotten on our offense.
yeah, if we're going to look at a silver lining, we're actually sitting pretty good, only being 2 scores down. Landon Stevens kicking from his own 40, going to try to get it into the end zone once again. This time he's kicking into the wind, so we're really going to actually field it. Oh, fumbled! And waiting for the signal. Tigers have it. Oh boy.
The wind hangs the ball up like that.
It does.
And it goes to a person who's not ready to catch the ball.
You went from 3 touchback kickoffs to now kicking into the wind, and it really did hang up as it was going to drop at about the 20. And it's just hard to adjust when you're, first of all, if you're a kick returner, it's pretty tough to concentrate on the ball coming to you and looking to see who's coming after you take your head off. So add on top, all right there. Nice play by the Tiger special teams, and they will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 25. 3 seconds left, so just enough time. And the only thing the Bulldogs need to concentrate on is knock the ball down. Oh, here's a quarterback sack.
In the halftime.
That's a great way to end the half by, I believe that's Andrew Rathsack, able to make that quarterback sack. And that will be, we'll be back with you in just a little bit. We'll come back and give you a little bit of first half analysis and then talk about what to look for in the next half and some Bulldogs.